Hello, today we're gonna try and fix a Lenovo laptop. Model is IdeaPad U330p. So I already took a look on what's going on. We're gonna see it together. Let me find the cable suitable. We're gonna connect it to our bench power supply, and we're gonna see what the problem is. So when you press the power button, you see that it boots. It probably boots, but you can see the screen flickering. I don't know if you can see it very well. And that's all it does. We're gonna try some basic things first, but I think I already know what the problem is. I wrote it down on the paper, and we'll see if I'm right and if we're gonna fix the laptop. We're gonna remove the screws on the back side. It's always a good habit to remove the back cover with the LCD open, so that if you need to remove the keyboard later, you don't open or close the laptop and put stress on the hinges without with some screws missing and with the back plate missing. For most of the laptops, it's probably okay to do it, but let's say for models like HP 250, G5 or G6, you can break the hinges easily with the back cover missing. First thing we're gonna try is remove the battery. Here, remove the CMOS that's below here. We probably don't need this flex cable also. And we're gonna try and power it up again to see if anything changes. You can see the bench power supply and I press the power button, and the same thing. I'm gonna also try another arm stick to see if that's the problem. On laptops like this that are 4th gen, 4th, 5th, maybe 6th, you need a DDR3L RAM. As you can see, it says PC3L. L stands for low voltage, and you should use those. Let's try again. Same thing. So we're gonna leave it open and we're gonna take some measurements to see if all our voltages are present. Yes, that's probably the RAM voltage. Probably the battery. I don't know what that is. That's probably for the chipset voltage. Here we have the 3.3 and somewhere probably here 5 volts. So all voltages are present, but the laptop doesn't boot. And you can see that it's drawing half an amp. If you don't see anything on the motherboard, that should probably cause this. It's good to assume that the BIOS may be corrupt. We don't see any water damage or anything else that indicates that there's a problem there. So we're gonna remove the motherboard from the case, locate the BIOS chip, and try and flash a new BIOS. It looks like someone already tried to flash the BIOS, or maybe it's an old fix. Let's see under the microscope. Give me a moment here. Disconnect the power cable. So we can see the BIOS is here. Where are you? It's here. So somebody already tried something here. Okay. So in order to flash the BIOS, you first need to remember the alignment. So like where the point is on the BIOS, so you know when you have to put it back again. Now we're gonna add some solder. Let me put the microscope again. Okay, and here. We're gonna add some flux. Then we're gonna add some solder. On the other side also. Okay. Now we can take our programmer, which is something like that. We're gonna remove it from the motherboard and we're gonna place it on the USB programmer, and then we're gonna program it. Okay. So the chip is on the programmer. You should see that the alignment is correct. The board has the same mark beneath the chip to show you where it should go. And we are going to let it cool down a bit. We are going to go to our display capture. That's the, and we're gonna open our software. And gonna open us. We're gonna wait a bit for the chip to cool down. We're gonna connect it. You'll see that when I press detect chip, it detects the chip. We're gonna read from the chip first. I'm gonna probably speed up this process. So what we wanna do is first read, save what was on the chip in case we were wrong, erase the chip, and then write another BIOS that we know is working, and then verify that what we wrote is the same as the one in the chip, because sometimes chips may go bad and you can write, but then when you verify, the contents of the chip are not the same. So the read is complete. We're gonna save buffer. Uh, Save. Now we're gonna erase the chip. Okay, chip is erased. Now we're gonna open the file and we're gonna select a new working BIOS for the same motherboard. In another video, I'm gonna probably tell you how to find the correct BIOS, but now I have already downloaded the BIOS needed. It's not the same as the one that you download when you want to update your BIOS from Windows. There is a difference, and we'll see next time how we can find it. Okay, now we're gonna write the chip. I should probably speed this up also. Probably. We'll see. We're almost there. So now that the write is complete, theoretically we could solder it back, but in order to be sure that the chip is also working, we're gonna verify. So we know that the contents that we wrote are the same on the file as are on the chip. Okay, and it's the same. So we can close this. And we can go back to our microscope. And we can put the chip back. We're gonna remove it from our programmer. Okay, it's done. So let's see our motherboard. We have already added some flags. So the only thing now is to resolder the chip. Let me make sure that those legs are connected. Okay. And we are probably ready. So we're gonna connect only what's necessary for it to boot. And we're gonna test. So we need power. And we need the LCD. Let's put it correctly. None of these are needed. So the monitor, the LVDS connector, and the power button. We're gonna wait a little bit, make sure that the chip is cooled down. We're just gonna add one screw, maybe one more, to hold the motherboard in place. And we are gonna connect our charger. And we should probably test. Let me see. Nothing. Aha. Yes. Let me check something really fast. Yep. Everything seems to be okay. Maybe we need to connect everything. Let's put let's try again. Nothing. Let's see what we have on the main power. Turn the power button. Hmm. No. So hmm, maybe the BIOS was not correct. We're gonna try another one just to make sure. Okay, let's try again. This time we don't need to read the BIOS again, so we're just gonna erase it. We're gonna try the other one that we have. I'm gonna write the chip. Now I'm just gonna check if I'm just gonna compare the one that I download, the original from the chip to the one that we used. Okay. Yes. So we're gonna wait for it to finish and try again. And try to let's try to put it back together. And let's try again. Nothing. Hmm. So it took me some time to figure out what's wrong. Apparently, the power button is not working now, and only the button for the recovery power on that most Lenovo laptops have works. So we're gonna try it again. We're gonna connect our charger. We're gonna, I don't know if you can see it. We're gonna press the side button because this one doesn't work. We're gonna press the side one. So you see the voltage. It's drawing half an amp. And we're gonna wait because it's the first boot without a CMOS. And it's doing some checks. And we see that it's booting. Yeah, keyboard's not connected. And hopefully that's the only problem this laptop have. And we're gonna have to fix the power button also. So just to summarize, we changed the paste and we fixed what was wrong with the power button. You can see here that a line was missing and was broken from the power button to the corresponding pin on the flex. So we added the line, and now if we test with our bench power supply, you can see that it boots. And it works. And also what I thought the problem would be. So the main problem was the BIOS, but somehow after we did that, probably something touched that line and burned the line, and we also had to fix that. That's all for this laptop and this video. Thank you for watching.